how many of you guys have ever bought in or adopted a dog from an animal shelter? Okay. So approximately 6.5 million dogs enter animal shelter every year. I have personally gotten every single animal I've owned from an animal shelter. Today I'll be talking about the problem of pet overpopulation in animal shelters, how we can save these animals' lives, and then the outcome adopting has. So when everyone should adopt rather than buy from breeders, because when you buy from a breeder, a percent of that money that you pay for the animal gets sent to the Puppy Mills organization, which is very inhumane to its dogs. It has very the living facility is really inhumane. It's very closed off, and they get very little care. When you adopt animals, you get to give them a forever home. You lower the amount of euthanasia within the animals in the shelter, and you get to save the animal's life. So first, we'll be talking about the problem of pet overpopulation in animal shelters. According to Gunther 2016 journal PLOs, over 30% of animals get euthanized every year, and if an animal stays in an animal shelter for longer than 10 days, it runs the risk of going through euthanasia, getting killed. And so strays are the number one animals that are sent to animal shelters, and due to their appearance, they're the ones that are less likely to get adopted. So that's where many people go to breeders to get their animals because of their appearance. According to Currit 2016, One Green Planet, they advocate to adopt animals rather than buying them off breeders, because you're basically supporting that organization and supporting them being inhumane to its animals. And then when you buy animals off the flea market online or even at a pet store, that's basically connected to Puppy Mills, which is, and so it's better to adopt rather than to adopt animals through rescue centers or animal shelters. So now that I've talked about the problem of pet overpopulation in animal shelters, I will talk about how you can save these animals' lives. There's many ways you can help them save their lives by adopting animals, by donating money to your local facility, or even volunteering at your local SPCA. So according to Helga ProQuest 2011, there was a nationwide adoption drive for animals in the Helen Woodward Animal Shelter, and it was called I Am Home for the Holidays. It was advocating for people to adopt during Christmas to give animals to their children, and so the adoption increased by 5.7 million that year. And so ways you can help is just putting up adoption drives, or even just volunteering at the adoption drives to help spread the word and donating money. According to Purcell 2017 Humane Society, the numbers, if you adopt animals, the numbers of animals that get euthanized will be reduced dramatically. You can avoid giving money to the Puppy Mills organization if you adopt, and then you can just donate money to your local animal shelter, and it will help the dogs with food, blankets, just living and just taking care of the animals. So now that I've talked about how we can save the animals, I will talk about the outcome of adopting animals. According to Keir's 2007 Gale Journal, when you buy when you adopt animals from animal shelters, they are already vaccinated, neutered, and spayed. So when you adopt them, you lower the amount of risk of a future reference for animals to have, babies and being overpopulated, which causes strays. So less strays would be in the future. And you also will lower the amount of animals that get euthanized. According to Belander 2016 Core Paws, Marley, which is the dog in the corner, he had a very rare skin condition, and many people in the facility didn't think that he would get adopted, because the person that adopted him would need to take a lot of time and care to make him feel better. And so when Marley got adopted, 75% of his skin came back, and he's now happier, and his life has changed for the better. He's spoiled, and it just goes to show that by adopting, you get a dog that went from being homeless to having a home now and having a family. So now you know a little bit more about pet overpopulation, how we can save these animals' lives, and the outcome of adopting animals. everyone should adopt them because when you adopt them, just it lowers the amount of deaths within like America. You get lower dogs that are strays, and then you don't support puppy mills, which is a very inhumane. It's life-changing for the animal, and you get to give them a forever home. And if you would like to learn more information about adopting animals or even just donating to your local facility or volunteering, you can go to www.spca.com.
All right.